thank you all for joining me for this third episode of the NLBC News, where we cover everything from science to gaming to technology and of course the virtual YouTubing scene. Today we have some exciting stories from around the world. And we are going to start with our first. This story was actually recommended by a fellow test subject. Hacksmith Industries creates plasma lightsaber. Military groups inside of the US begin to prepare for the Clone Wars. On October 8th of this year, popular YouTube channel Hacksmith Industries released a video showing that they had created a lightsaber that could reach temperatures up to 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit, or 2,477 degrees Kelvin, for those of you scientifically inclined. While the achievement of this lightsaber is quite interesting, it should be noted that the lightsaber is actually a Proto Saber, a weapon which requires a power pack to accompany the weapon. It should also be noted that the lightsaber was created using a laminar flow of propane and oxygen, and is most likely a weakly ionized gas. Like the gas in neon lights, it's not incredibly hot. This leads to the fact that the temperature of the Proto Saber is closer to 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit, while fully ionized plasma can easily reach temperatures within tens of thousands of degrees Fahrenheit. As the creation of this Proto Saber has made its way around the internet, military groups around the US are preparing for the inevitable Clone Wars. Militant groups filled with many of sweaty weebs have started to form, and those that already existed are beginning to bolster their ranks, as they expect the Proto Saber production to ramp up in the next century. Due to this increase of jar weebs, as we call them, the PepsiCo has increased the output of both Mountain Dew and Cheetos in preparations for hundreds of weebs collecting in a small field in cosplay, chasing after each other with tanks of propane and oxygen strapped to their backs. Actually, let's be real. They will not be carrying them on their backs. They will be carried on their limited edition Gundam statues, fixed onto wheels. While this would be entertaining to watch regardless, one does have to ask, who would play Yoda? Or would it be Doda? Isn't this just adorable? This would be a perfect Yoda. I mean, look at that little face. Staring at you in the eyes, you can just hear him saying, I can't wait to murder you all for putting me on this outfit. I honestly think this little pup would be a great Yoda. Yes, I'm on board as well. Chat. This would be great. I think they would play a very great Yoda. How they would get a lightsaber in their paws, I'm not quite sure, but I think it would be exciting to say the least. You should fear this Yoda. This Yoda does not use the Force, but also the bark. Moving on to our next story. This story was actually also recommended by a fellow test subject. Oreo creators Nabisco create vaults to hold nothing but Oreos, and a few pieces of paper. This begs the question, if there's an Oreo vault in the middle of nowhere and a cat steals all the Oreos, but no one is around to see it, are they really stolen? There have been many creations made with the intention for them to be the last resort, should some type of apocalyptic scenario befall the Earth. In 2008, the Svalbard Global Seed Vault was created in Norway to function as a last line of defense should most of the crops on the planet be wiped out. This vault holds over 1 million seed samples that can be used to hopefully replant crops for the survivors. But what if you want cookies? You get lots of protein from any of the seeds, but you want sugars, right? Well, this is where the Oreo Vault comes in. Oreo took it upon themselves to build themselves a vault near the Svalbard Global Seed Vault, which, and I quote, is really real, according to Oreo. We here at the laboratory are happy to know that the vault really exists, as existence means one thing. I can steal all the cookies in the vault. That if such a terrible scenario were to happen where the world was in danger, that the survivors would have some sort of saving grace in their trying times. Thanks to Oreo, I was able to visit the vault located some 1,200 miles north of Norway's capital. Upon arriving, I was blown away by the sheer number of cookies they had stored and the lengths at which they went to protect them. I was quite upset, though, to discover that there was no milk to go along with the cookies. I mean, what happens when you start to eat them, but you have no milk to dunk them in, or to follow up the delicious cookies with? Well, I'll tell you, deep sadness, fear, and a feeling of betrayal sets in. I expressed my concerns to Nabisco, and they were happy to assure me that, in that scenario, things would be taken care of. It was good to hear those reassuring words as I knocked out all the security personnel, and then subsequently made all of the cookies disappear. For science. For science, of course. I don't have a problem, okay? Alright? I can stop eating Oreos at any time. I just don't want to. It's not an issue. Stay away from my Oreos. I'll kill you. Oh, yes, Rude Monster, for your question, chat for your question. Oreos do have a sell-by date, and they do go bad. However, these Oreos have been wrapped in Mylar. Something to, a material that keeps things from being exposed to the air. Yeah, so the Mylarios. Mylarios. Yes, that is great. So yes, they did take proper precautions to save the Oreos. Dry freeze them. Oh, I don't know. Would dried freeze Oreos taste good? Good morning, Shiro. Good morning. So, moving away from the creation of this wonderful bunker and the fact that I did not steal all of the Oreos. Oh, this is the location of the bunker that I forgot to show. I am totally an expert at this. And yes, the bunker does actually exist. You can look it up on Google Maps. Yes, that was supposed to be there. That was the location of the lab. Professional news reporter, exactly. Exactly, so professional. Moving on to our next story, though, we go into science a little bit deeper. Hairless apes create rope bridge for haired apes, marking one of the greatest infrastructure projects of aped kind in the past half-century. In an uncharacteristic show of kindness and thoughtfulness, human apes created a rope bridge to assist the Hainan gibbons, a species of ape, to cross the large sections of a forest that were fragmented by a landslide. Though the gibbons were slow to adopt the rope bridge, they did eventually begin to use the rope bridge, and were able to make much more... I can read, I can talk. My throat's starting to get dry. My throat's starting to get dry. Yes, apes together strong. No, I am a cat. Though the gibbons were slow to adopt the bridge, they did eventually begin to use the rope bridge, and were able to much more safely cross the large gully that was created by the landslide in 2014. The creation of this bridge by scientists is a wonderful step in the right direction to helping the endangered species of gibbons continue their lives as normal as possible. Despite the incredible show of good faith, when the scientists wrote the rope bridge off as a business expense, the IRS was infuriated. The IRS stated that the $20, about 15 quid, rope bridge made of old hempen rope from one of the scientists' grandparents' shed totaled almost 20 times more costly than the United States infrastructure budget over the past 5 years. Why in the world would someone approve this expenditure when they could buy 10 double cheeseburgers at McDonald's for the same amount and create yourself $500 in medical bills due to increasing cholesterol levels? Exactly. Only insane people would do that. It is unknown if the Gibbons will be able to keep their bridge located in a foreign country's land, thousands and thousands of miles away from the United States bureaucracy, but one thing is known, the Gibbons do love their chips with ketchup. You want burgers now? Look, I could go for a burger as well, so it sounds quite great. I'm going to drink some water now because I am losing my voice as I begin to talk more and more. The burger. This is going incredibly swimmingly. Just swimmingly. Alright, Esquiado-san. Esquiado-san, thank you for tuning in. So next we move on to our next story, which is a very, very exciting story. One I am very excited about and also very supportive of. CEO of Tesla, SpaceX Industries, and the Boring Company, Elon Musk, asks the world if they want Tesla to produce robotic cat girls. I respond to Elon, well, we have already made them. Fleshy ones. Come on, Elon. Just get with the game. You're behind. Billionaire and CEO of lots of companies, Elon Musk, sent a tweet out to the world on October 28th of this year asking the important question, should we make catgirl robots? The answer to that question is obviously yes. But come on, Elon. As an extremely intelligent and successful man, you should know that we catgirls already exist in our non-robotic forms. Looking at this tweet, you can see that 81.9% of the human population is very high class indeed, and they can see the obvious that catgirls must exist. While the other 18.1% of the human population is jaded and delusional in their hopes for something other than catgirls, we here at the laboratory will accept a one-time apology of 1 Oreo cookie with milk from each of these people that make up the 18.1%. Once this show of goodwill has been presented, we will consider whether to share our stashes of totally not stolen Oreo cookies with you, in which we will only share them with you if you agree to give the ample amount of head pats as expected of all humans. Because I love Oreos, chicken. I want Oreos. Getting back on topic though, Mr. Elon, please contact me about the proper handling procedures for catgirl robots, should you decide to go down this route. While we here at the laboratory are not in the business of producing robots, we believe that all catgirls are created equal, and I will accept you as my hand to the queen of the catgirl people. Me and you can rule this city, Elon. Or we can just fight to the death. That was my Green Goblin. I hope you all liked it. That was my attempt at green clipped. Thank you. Thank you. We are very excited to see what Elon can do with his car company in making catgirls. Yes, I am the High Queen of the catgirls. Love it. Oh, thank you, rude monster. Thank you for lying. You're one of those people who didn't want catgirls, are you? Thank you, Kukano Kami, for following. I don't even know how to clip. You'll have to learn. So, moving on. For those of you who have seen my first episode of the NLBC News, this might be a revisit. Coordinate Digital releases new teaser that is less teasing and provides more information than past teasers. Boy is found sitting on ledge and is not practicing black magic. A couple of weeks ago, the laboratory reported on a new and upcoming VTuber group known as Coordinate Digital. Coordinate Digital's new teaser features what seems to be many of their talents and gives much more information as to what exactly the group is. However, I must make a correction to my earlier statement I made during my news segment 2 weeks ago. The cute anime girl, as we can see in this picture, is actually indeed a cute anime boy. My apologies go out to the VTuber in question, and I ask that you excuse my confusion as you were just too adorable. How did I not know? Yes, obviously, the face. The face. It's obvious in the face and the petite body that it's... maybe you do. I just, you know... It's so androgynous. I just immediately saw girl and I got confused. But, you know, they're great. They're great. I love it. I love androgynous men and women. I love them all. I'm a very accepting cat. So, thank you for, and please excuse me for the confusion there, Zados. Thank you. I will do better to get it right in the future. Moving on to our final story. No Nut November rolls around the corner with the passing of November 1st. Squirrels around the globe are terrified that their nuts are gone. Across the VTubing community, many have been captivated by No Nut November. In an incredibly heartbreaking story, squirrels around the world face apocalyptic conditions as on November 1st at 01 in the morning, every single nut across the world simultaneously vanished. Looking deeper into this terrifying event, it seems that the occurrence of this is known widely across the world by humans as No Nut November, aka NNN. As to what causes this incredibly curious disappearance of all the world's nuts at once is unknown. We here at the laboratory are hard at work in creating artificial nuts that hopefully will not be included in this nut sorcery. Popular and well-known Planters Peanut Company is also in complete disarray as they experience something very similar to what the squirrels experienced as the clock ticked over to November 1st. As of November 2nd, planters were reported seen with a collection of squirrels around a large campfire, weeping in the loss of their nuts. Few can probably understand what the two parties are going through, but please, if you know of some type of nut substitute or nut-like derivative, please share them with our local squirrels and planter employees. During these trying times that we find ourselves in, it is important that we lend a hand to those in need and remind ourselves that everyone deserves a nut. So please support the squirrels and the local planters employees. They are truly struggling. So finally, going to our not final story but final announcement. For Tweet of the Week. Lorelei Alto has an incredibly cute picture here of what seems to be an incredibly tiny frog sitting on a United States dime, which is quite small, like incredibly small. Look how adorable this is. It's so tiny. It's not even a tadpole. It's like a full-on frog. It's so cute. Yes, it is a tiny little friend. It's adorable. I love it. I love it. I want a bunch of them in my office. Yeah, that's a dime. That's a dime. That's how small it is. It's so tiny, it's so baby. I love it. So, Lorelei, congratulations out to you for winning Tweet of the Week. I'll be in contact with you soon for your $10 Steam gift card. And please remember, if you want to participate, you can so using the hashtag NLBC News. Come up with a tweet of your own. This week I'll actually be releasing a prompt for those of y'all to use who want to for those of you that want to participate. Look, I'm going on like 5 hours of sleep today, guys. I am so incredibly knackered. It's insane. It's insane. It's terrible. I'm so tired. So tired. But it's alright. It's alright. We're carrying on. We're carrying on. So, Lorelei, I'll be in touch. And I look forward to see what you guys all come up with next week. There are the image credits. And that is the news for today.